Reverend Steve, keeping it simple. We're going to be in Matthew 25 today, verse 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go over. So, I've been laying the foundation that there's two types of Christianity today. There's those who are prepared, and you could see this. And it's growing. The side that's been reading the Bible and understanding that us as Christians will see tribulation just as the apostles did. They all died for their faith. That there's going to be those in the last days, the same persecution that happened to the first century church is going to end up happening again to the last century churches. The church that comes is here while Jesus returns. There's going to be persecution. Throughout the scriptures, I've highlighted many pieces of scripture that talks about that we are going to see tribulation. Not only in this country, but throughout the world. It's already started in other places in the world. But I believe there's going to be such a persecution coming, especially when the New World Order and the Antichrist comes on the scene. He's going to make a distinction to come after Christians and those who believe in Jesus Christ. It's going to be unbelievable, really. That's how bad it's going to be. It's going to be like the Holocaust kind of time. And that's the truth. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that's going to happen. Jesus lays this out in this piece of scripture. He lays out that 5 are prepared and 5 are not. 5 are going to fall back have to go back into the world to buy oil to make it through. And while they're away, Jesus comes. And it's quite amazing that people just pass right by that this says that, basically. And it's quite amazing. Let's get into this. We're going to be in Matthew 25, verse 3. Then 5 who were foolish didn't take enough olive oil, for their lamps. But the other 5 were wise enough to take along extra oil. So who's prepared? Those who are prepared to go through what's going to happen. They all are awake. They all go to sleep. We're going to see that in the next scripture. They all go to sleep. They all fall asleep. But they all know, they're all ready. They're all there. They're expecting Jesus to come. They're all bridesmaids. Remember that. So they're all Christians. 5 are prepared to go through it and 5 are not. And we see that today. 5 definitely are not because they think they're going to be just snapped out of here. And that's not the case. So let's read 4. Let's read 5. When the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. So think about the last couple. Everybody's asleep. We're all like, okay, when's he going to come? When's Jesus coming? When's Jesus coming? Right? And this is before the tribulation starts. And they're not prepared for what's coming. They're not prepared for what's to happen. And I see that in the church. I see many believers not prepared for what's going to come. They think they're just not going to be here. And that's very prevalent in the church in America. If you go in other parts of the world, that is not a teaching that is very popular because they've seen tribulation.